Hi guys, it's the 28th episode of Promptsquad and today's prompt was Best Buddies, suggested by our own Holumpa. I don't know why, but when I saw this prompt I thought, easy. And then when I actually sat down to draw something I was like, Baru? Like, what? I don't know what to do. So I didn't really sketch much and instead I kind of just opened Photoshop up, had a bit of fun with the brushes and played around with this kind of key idea of a mouse and a cat snuggling up together. We often joke in my house about my cat Rory being the worst hunter of all cats. And I remember seeing this photo of a cat who was bringing their owner these used tea bags as gifts. Like, look what I caught. And I would say that's about Rory's hunting level. He loves to chase lasers and toys and play with you, but if it's faster than one of those big blue ball flies that kind of like lope around in summer, then it's most likely he'll just give it a good bat and then go off to some good, sleeping business. So the idea of a mouse sleeping on top of a cat just felt like a funny idea, and with that I kind of knew I wanted to try and be playful with that style too, try and give it a bit of the feeling in the painting too. So I really loved the range of textures and colours that you can play with digitally on Photoshop, and I decided to mess around with both of those when painting this one. You'll see that there were a lot of palette changes as I go, kind of messing around with the crop, the lighting. It was kind of a pretty relaxed drawing experience. I like to think I have more of an idea of what I'm doing usually, but this is just more of a fun change of the experience. I mean, even if I ended up changing things back, like I went back to the original colour palette in the end and switching stuff up, it all just kind of made me notice different issues as I went by. So things like the values or how easy the characters were to read from the background. Sometimes changes like these kind of made the errors and things that were quite hard to understand easier to notice than maybe if I'd kind of kept to different steps and stages like I usually would. Bit of a side note, but it is my birthday next week and I'm trying not to break into Bo Burnham's I'm turning 30, but it's hard. And yeah, I'm kind of being spoiled by my partner as he's gonna give me an iPad and Procreate, and I won't lie, I have been coveting that silently for many years now, so I'm really excited. I've been watching a lot of tutorials about Procreate this week, planning out what I could do on it. It's just very exciting. It's very interesting to think about all the stuff to do, and I just can't wait to get painting on it. Most likely, the next Promptsquad will be done on Procreate, so you'll have to let me know your tips, help me. Anyway, now that's what I've made, let's get on to the rest of Promptsquad and the art that they created this month. Now first we have a new member to the squad, Uncle Frogface. I love that name. Make sure to send him some love, especially because his painting for this prompt is fantastic. I love this mix of digital and watercolour brushes. It's like a modern take with kind of nods to the past and illustration styles for it too. It's just a perfect way to express the story of the Wind in the Willows in a new style, in his own style. It's a great piece, make sure to check him out. Next we have Emily's illustration, which I really love. I should have guessed it might be Avatar, to be honest. But yeah, I love the scale and the proportions in this illustration. Having Appa cut off in the frame, it really gives an idea of his scale without having to add all these unnecessary details and information. And I love the composition with Momo too. It all just feels very dynamic and fun, and it kind of makes me hungry, I won't lie. Nadia had a great idea for the Best Buddies prompt and made this sweet illustration of the sun and the moon kind of holding hands together. I really love the simplicity of the character design she's made, while Nadia's also added in these lovely little details like the blend of the light to the dark in the background and the reflecting yellows that are on the moon. It's just cool to see Nadia take on this almost graphic designer route with this one. It's really interesting. Troy stole my idea. I'm just joking, but I was like inches away from going with the Harry Potter crew too. You know, great minds and all that. But I'm really glad that I didn't, because Troy knocked it out of the park. The level of detail and shading in his skin tones especially are just beautiful, that he can do this in pencil. I mean, I really like that Troy was able to keep them looking young, especially because that is something I really struggle to do when shading in pencil, especially of children, and I think Troy made it look easy as always. Dave recreated this scene from one of my favourite Ghibli films, Ponyo. I love the sharp, thin lines in this piece and the block colours. It really has this classic cell animation feel to it. And then that's mixed with his clean digital art style that Dave's just really been perfecting the last few months in his art. I really like to see how much control Dave has in this one. Like, the lines are beautiful. I'm going to need your tips, Dave. I'm going to need them. farrfotos created two beautiful paintings for this prompt, and both show the diversity available in Holumpa's prompt. The first one, the shark, has this great composition where the fish surrounding it really add to the composition's flow and the contrast in what is mainly a one-hue piece. It's very interesting to see. Whereas the Rhett and Link, I think that's their names, are like designed in this cool neon sign style. I really like how it glows and this like idea. I think it's a great way of looking at line art. Holumpa, our prompt patron, really created a beautiful, a gorgeous illustration. I just can't get over it. I mean, the characters of the sheep and the pig, they're just so cute. I think for me though, the background is probably my favourite part. It's just really cool and intricate. It reminds me of like a clock interior. And the vivid colour clash of that greeny pinky tones, I don't even know what to call them, are really lovely. I like the clash of the two. I think it complements the two characters as well, with them being more muted. It gives kind of excitement to it. Lastly but not leastly, Lisbeth has made a lovely heartfelt painting for the prompt. And one of the things I like about Lisbeth's work is she always has this way of looking deeper into our prompts and really exemplifying the emotion and the feeling within it. And this one is such a lovely look, just friendship as an idea. I love how her art just makes me feel every month. So thank you, Lisbeth. And thank you everyone who took part. I mean, I thought this one was a bit of a sneaky prompt, Holumpa, to be honest. It sounded easy at first, but then it was a lot of trouble. No, I quite liked the challenge though, and I hope you all did too. Now, on to the next prompt. Let's give it a spin. Oh, okay, it's Carter, and the prompt is illustrate a short story or poem. Very direct, I like it. Let this one be easier, please. Well, I'm not sure what more to explain really that Carr hasn't said. Just basically, let's create a piece of art illustrating a short story or a poem. Whatever medium, whatever idea sprouts into your head after reading this prompt, just give it a go. I think it's going to be really interesting to see the range of artwork all our members are going to create this month. I think it's got a lot of different ways this one could go. If you'd like to join in, please just create a piece of art inspired by the prompt and add the hashtag Promptsquad, either here, on YouTube, on Instagram, or at least somewhere I can search it with the hashtag. Just let me find it, please. I don't want to miss anything. If you're a regular or you find it easier, you can always whiz your entry to me by email. My address is in my About page. I don't want to miss anyone's hard work, so please, 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 please send it to me in some way that I can find it. The deadline is going to be the 1st of August, so good luck. I hope it's enough time to really explore this prompt. And yeah, I hope you're all really excited about the next prompt. I know I am. And I hope you'll enjoy some good weather now we're going into summer. Get a bit of a suntan or a sunburn, whichever one you partake in most. But yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it, and I hope to chat to you all soon. Have a good time. Bye.